She sexualized all the kids in the videos. Yes.
But if she
same
goes...
as Dan Schneider, same as Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and all those TV shows. And Netflix is probably doing the same.
Of course. Netflix wants viewer.
Of course.
When I put it on God, they ain't nobody stopping me. Do the thing and it gets done properly. Known for my honesty, not so much for my modesty. What's my policy?
Hey, welcome to Dudes on Filter. How are you? This is Dennis.
Oh my God.
If you don't know him.
You never get tired of that one, huh?
No, I'm Jerry. If you don't know me.
Let's hope that people actually like it.
I think people will think I'm a retard, but...
Well, I think that's a collective.
Yeah, maybe.
Collective opinion. Anyways.
So, what is today's episode about, Sedeni?
Chit chat about a show that we saw that
The kids.
made us think.
Huh?
Made us think.
Yeah, the
About
dark side of the kidfluencers.
Yeah. I guess the part that people might think about but never actually react on.
Yeah, well, I think
Exploitation. It's the same thing, as in China. You have all these factories with all these lovely kids that works hard. And this is the other side of the coin, I guess, in some way. That there's parents that wants... But it's always been there. Like, if you see the start of the show, it's also about the mother had the kid at pageants. Yeah, I know. But the mother had the kid with the pageants, which is it's the same. You're trying to push your love or your expectations or your dreams on your kid, and then the kid has to live up to that.
Well, for those that doesn't know, we're talking about a Netflix
Documentary,
limited series.
3 episodes.
Named of 3 episodes. Tell us the story about
Piper Rockelle.
Yeah.
And her mama,
Tiffany
Tiffany
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a common name, like...
Tiffany Smith.
Yeah, Tiffany Smith.
Yeah, well, in the documentary, you can see how the kids are getting exploited, how Tiffany Smith...
Well, it started with her own kid, and then it moved on to the squad.
Yeah.
Creating a squad around her own kid to kind of build her up, and then she found out, wait, what if we tap into more?
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is that Piper Rockelle have never been in school.
Oh, yeah, she was taken out of school.
Yeah, and Tiffany Smith...
I don't even think she was homeschooled. I don't think there's any mention at all
there is no
any
at all.
education.
And that's weird.
It is weird.
Then abuse physically, emotionally, and
sexually.
Sexually.
Yeah,
there are some words that you cannot say in YouTube. If you don't want to get...
you don't want to get flagged.
Yeah. So, Tiffany Smith.
And the Hunter guy.
Yeah.
The little pet.
The boyfriend.
The little pet.
Hunter Hill.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
the little pet.
Yeah, little pet. No, the guy's a fucking genius. He was the one doing the...
he was the one executing the orders. Yes. But it's the same as the thing I saw yesterday, which was about the murders.
I'm not here.
Mama! I gotta go home. Sorry, Jerry. I can't play no more. I can't play no more. No, but it's the same as the Long Island killings. Was that there was this old guy, who got help from this kid, and that he was a district attorney, and the guy was a delinquent. And because he helped him in his first big case, from there he took him with him and gave him all these police jobs, all the way. So it's a lot of, I think, the same, that this guy just piggybanked. I don't think he was necessarily mean, but I just don't think he actually necessarily thought either. He just thought this makes sense. And then he got caught in that. But when he had the chance to kind of own up to some of the things, he bellied out. Yeah. And I think people like that, they don't deserve a second chance. At that point, you can't just...
But you know what I really think about what happened with Tiffany Smith? Yeah, I really think that this is... well, I mean, it can be a controversial opinion, but I really think this is just a Dan Schneider 2.0 bullshit. I really don't think that she was that abusive. I really don't think she was sexually harassing the kids. Maybe exploiting them, yes.
For sure.
For sure.
There's no doubt of that.
There is no doubt on that. But I don't know, dude. Dude, somebody fucks my daughter or some underage daughter, my child, abuse of her or something. I wouldn't issue $180,000 because they didn't even went to court.
No,
they settled for
again,
money.
That's the point. There was one parent that wanted to continue. The rest of them just said, we just wanted
money.
We wanted this to be shown. We wanted this to get attention. We wanted this person to get ruined.
Yeah. Then why you get money? Why you take the money?
$180,000 is nothing.
For
Even if you're middle class,
billions of subscribers.
even if you're a middle class person, you make what 60, so it's 3 years salary, but that disappears fast because you don't know how to handle that
buy a
cash.
house with that money.
No, but that's what I mean, and some of these parents was making at the height anywhere from I think it was 27,000 to like 80,000 a month. Just imagine that. It's 3 months salary from let's say the top, and they settled.
Yeah,
I think it's a fucking joke, and
Yes.
I think
it's
I
my
don't
personal
know.
opinion. I don't know.
I think the problem is
Probably this Tiffany
Yeah,
Smith girl is a fucking predator or something like
she's
that.
a predator. That's for sure.
But no, I'm talking about sexually.
No, but if you-
probably. But I haven't
she
seen
is
any
for sure.
proof.
I have. If you look at it, you see how she kind of preys on the transgender person,
Yeah, she
And
kissed
how-
the guy. Yes.
and she preys on the little Gavin kid, the little pretty boy. She does have tendencies.
You know what?
But again, I agree with you. There isn't any proof outside
The
of
the FBI is still waiting for solid proof of that, and there is none.
No, because they don't have that on video because Hunter is the one videotaping, right? So if it was there, it's deleted.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But if I am doing something illegal inside my apartment,
How are you going to prove it?
no, the police will just kick out the door, kick in with a judge order and check everything. They did that to
Yeah.
me, and you know it.
But the problem is that it's always like this, right? I know that I'm not going to go too far into this, but I know that there's a lot of people saying a lot of shit just to get, like Danny Alves. He ended up in the same situation where, like,
He's innocent.
I'm not getting into that. I'm just
he was
saying.
declared innocent.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just saying that there's always one saying one and another saying another, but without physical evidence, how can you take it too seriously? Yes, okay, you always say if the common denominator doesn't change, then there's probably something right. No, not always, because it can't just be people jumping on the same boat and saying, hey, fuck this guy. Like, look at all these keyboard warriors. If they see one case that just goes a little in towards maybe their principles or the idea of who they think they are or whatever, they would see, oh, fuck this motherfucker, cancel.
Yeah.
Like, they all jump on the same boat. And I would say if you really felt that somebody was a predator and had abused your fucking child, you don't settle for money. You settle for fucking justice.
I fucking killed that shit.
Oh, I don't understand how they're so calm. Yeah, okay, they're
I
crying.
murdered that fucking
But
bitch.
look how calm they were. Look how distant in some way they were from the situation itself. They actually settled with, okay, we will be in the back house or whatever the fuck they called it. Your kid is there. You're sitting in a whole other house like a waiting room, waiting to get your own motherfucking kid. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Same shit as
They were all
Dan,
there for
Dan
the same
Schneider,
thing.
dude.
They were all there for the same thing. Money, fame, and money.
Same shit
That's
as Dan Schneider. I watched the documentary 3 times, and Dan Schneider didn't do shit. He's only guilty of being a shitty pervert boss, but he didn't rape anybody. He didn't do anything wrong.
So in your own words, I'm kind of like Dan Snyder. That's what you're saying.
You're now you are. Now you became a pervert.
King of well, I was the predator of talent.
Yeah,
So,
you
I
are the
have-
monster of talent.
the monster of talent, yeah. So now I gotta. How do you
According-
think I can become that in Lanaka?
The monster of Larnaca.
Yeah, but how? We don't hire. We're not
We need,
hiring.
we
right
need
now.
to fire the producer and hire, and start
Start hiring younger chicks.
younger chicks. Yeah,
Over 18. Don't worry.
CVs are accepted.
Yeah, but over 18, I don't want to go to jail. I just want.
don't go to
I
jail.
just want a name for myself.
You don't go to jail if you have sex with a 17 years old or a 16. It's legal.
Yeah,
It's
but it's just
consensual.
again, if somebody screams, "Ape,"
Of course. Then you get fucked.
yeah, that's what I mean. And I'd rather have somebody who's legally
Yeah, I get it.
considered a grown up or adult.
Yeah, that's
then
good.
it seems less fucked up. But I would say that the series was amazing. I loved watching it. I think it's amazing to see because it started kind of putting this light on myself because I'm trying to push my son towards doing YouTube and Twitch because he loves playing games. I want him to have a future, and in some way I see that he could do it because he's funny, he's clever, he's pretty, but ultimately I'm trying to push
For
him.
now.
Yeah, he's gonna
For
look like
now,
me. He's gonna
because-
look like me soon, and that's not good. No,
He's
but
only 8 and he's losing his hair already.
well, maybe me and him can be like Bruce Willis kind of thing. No, but at the end of the day, what I really want is
Bruce Willis and Jason Statham.
true. Without the what is it, DLS he has or ALS or what is it? Don't think, just Google.
Yeah, just Google.
I like that she's like, let me think. Who is Bruce Willis? That would be the first thing. Her.
FTD.
I
First time deposit.
you know what is good. you know what she got
The
checked.
water is about to fall.
I know, but you know what she got checked. I don't have no STD. I'm free. I'm free.
Do you have
I'm safe.
the FTD?
Uh,
FTD or STDs?
what about
Okay.
what about the girl we know that has STH? STH.
I won't talk about that woman. No, I'm married, dude.
No, but he's all fucked up now. Bruce is fucked
I
up.
didn't know that. I will check on that. Maybe we can do a special episode about
a
Bruce
tribute.
Willis.
A
A
tribute to
tribute
Bruce.
episode. So if you
No,
like Bruce Willis, please type it in the comments
But-
if you want that episode.
But what I was coming to was that I want my son to succeed in the world of social media and all that.
Yeah,
But is it my dream or is it his dream?
There it is. We are here recording a podcast and streaming almost every night, and he is, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, but he talks about it, but it's more loosely. So again, I don't know if he's doing it to do it with me, or if he's doing it in the sense that he actually wants to do it. Because it's the same thing with the bedroom I'm creating for him is
He
to,
wants it, but he doesn't give a fuck.
because he doesn't have the. He's not like you and me. He didn't live the life we lived, so he doesn't have the necessity, and that's why I can understand in some way that parents want better for their kids,
Yeah.
and you push your kids to do better, and sometimes you do wrong. But no parent, there is no parent in the fucking life that is perfect. None.
Of course. That's,
None.
Is out of question.
There's parents that are fucked up to the other side,
Oh, yeah,
but there's
yeah.
no parent that is perfect, and everybody makes mistake, and for the most part of everything, we make mistakes daily.
Oh,
So-
there is another episode coming soon where we were to save Earth, to save the future.
You know what? You know my opinion about how we can save the world.
Removing humans.
Well, I have two now because of AI. I have two ways. I have another COVID, and then I have Terminator.
Matrix.
No, I want Terminator.
You want humans dead.
I want my own robot. I'm hoping I can convert one of them. I just need to convert the badass one. Then I'm good. I'm gonna sit in
Nice.
my home, chill. Me and my son are gonna stream online for no people. It's just a bunch of AIs. That's the life.
Well, the thing is, again, the kidfluencing shit. Before we go sidetrack again, I watched the documentary. I gave special attention to anything that can be illegal, And the only thing that I noticed that can be illegal is that, those kids were working overtime.
Yeah, from fucking AM to AM. It was like crazy. But that's a parent, collective parent. I saw some videos after of it. I'm like, yes, the parents are not free of the guilt here.
Of course, no,
free.
they're fucking guilty.
Oh, of course. They also exploited their own fucking kids.
Of course.
Because they knew what was happening. They
knew. Got 180,000.
Yes. But I don't know, man.
And those kids are getting nothing.
You know what
but those kids probably doesn't need it because they are famous.
You know what? What I talked to, you remember we talked to Colleen the other day about her getting that opportunity with that singer dude.
Yeah.
And what you need to do.
Yeah, signing a contract. Yep.
Another thing that they didn't sign a contract. They let the fucking guy have complete and other access to the YouTube.
Because those parents, they just wanted their kids to be famous.
I know, but...
And they wanted to make easy money.
But that doesn't mean that again doesn't, deliberate you from being an idiot. And that's my thing is, you gave them access to YouTube. So, as soon as you left, he just went in, pop, beep, beep, pop, pop.
Yeah.
Dead.
Of course.
You went from 1 million views per video to 200K. And still, I guess, to some... It's sustainable.
Yes,
but
it is.
You went from, let's say, the top 25% to maybe the lower 50s. Or I don't know. I'm just throwing numbers, but I'm saying you went from being up in the higher numbers to the lower numbers. Even one of the fucking parents lost control of her kid because the dad stepped in and said, "Hey, you live with me now. You don't have to be emancipated. You can do whatever you want to do."
Also, I'm sorry, but those kids are amazing actors. Those motherfuckers, they know what they are doing. And, for example, the Piper kid, she's crying in a video I saw on YouTube that, everybody's messing with my mom and I love her. And then in the documentary, you see the former Piper squad, all of them doing the same. Oh, I got abused emotionally. Oh, my God. So I don't trust those. I don't know what to think.
It's called
about.
crocodile tears for a reason. Like, I don't know.
I want to see proofs. When I see a documentary, I want to see, hey, this guy did this very fucked up thing to this kid.
They have no problem with the other guy.
Here we have the proof. Where we have forensic documents. Here we have a video. We have, dude.
It's the same thing. Imagine you can get convicted on killing somebody just because one person saw you.
Yeah.
So you believe one person's eyes over no evidence. Yeah. Then you can sit in jail forever because one person might have saw you.
I was gonna say.
No, but I think there's also a problem. They don't have any evidence.
There is no evidence
to build on what they say. Okay,
evidence
I'm not saying it's wrong.
Tiffany
I'm not
Smith
saying
was
it's right.
a shitty boss. Yes,
she was wrong in many ways.
Yes,
and if your family, even your own family, is running away from you, then you're definitely special, special needs. But I don't know. It's so hard to really say, okay, it was this way, or it was this way. But for me, it was more like the whole thing made me think about my own approach with my own kid. And I can promise you, there's nobody who gets to do this with my son outside of me.
I'll fucking murder that shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm talking about the dadager, the momager. I would never let him join a squad or anything. Unless I get it all on paper and I can have full access. I would, if you want to. Yes, I would support his dream. If he wants to be a fucking ballet dancer, I'm going to fucking support it. I don't care. Either way, I was going to use something to show that just because you're evil doesn't mean you're stupid, but it's just... She got greedy and she let the evil drive her to ignore the kids' feelings, her daughter's feelings, other people's feelings, and then she would let that drive her, to hire bots to diminish people and disregard, but also trash talking and try to demolish their careers and stuff. That's what she did. That was her expertise. She knew how to kill shit.
I think that woman, the Tiffany Smith,
she's not a genius, but she's clever.
Yeah, but
or lucky, I don't know.
But also I think she some kind of
She does.
personality disorder.
She does, for sure. There's no doubt because everybody saw her. I forgot which one is the good. I'm guessing Dr. Jekyll is the good guy, right?
Yes.
And Mr. Hyde is the
Yes.
That's her. Like you know,
Yeah, but she
talk
grabbed the
back
cat
to me,
and
talk
the
back to
dog.
me, talk back to me, and then Hyde comes out. You know,
Yeah, but
if
she
you
grabbed the cat and the dog, and then she said
trash
things.
talked him, Frank. Was it Frank?
Yeah.
The dog was Frank.
Yes, Frank.
Frank. Okay.
Like in Men in Black.
Yeah.
Then,
No, I don't remember. No
then,
kidding.
then it was a kid.
Ah, Lenny.
Lenny.
Lenny, the voice that she supposedly used against the young girl in her bedroom.
I don't know, dude.
That sounds creepy. If that's true, then she needs more than help. She needs prison.
Yeah, but why?
You should ask yourself and ask others, why? What would she possibly gain for that? They never accused her for actually aping her. They accused her of abuse
Yeah.
with intentions to be some kind of sexualized.
Yeah. She
But
sexualized all the kids in the videos. Yes.
But if she
Same
goes,
as Dan Schneider, same as Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and all those TV shows. And Netflix is probably doing the same.
of course, Netflix wants
Of course.
viewership. As I just read today that in Q4 last year they added 19 million new people. The company is worth 420 billion, and they're hoping for, I think it was 2030, they want to be worth 1 trillion.
Wow. Now what?
Which is a goal when you think about all the competitors, but then you need to compete, and the way they do it is they do Jerry Springer stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, going back to the subject, then we have the Piper Rockelle girl in the Brand Army website.
Oh, that's creepy.
That is like
That is really
sort of
creepy.
an OnlyFans without nudity.
But it's for 13 and up,
Yes, but
and you can only buy if you're 18 and up.
Precisely. You can.
It's a site built
You
for
can have
creeps.
an account in there if you are 13 and you are a content creator, but if you want to be a customer, you gotta be 18. So basically, they allow
pedophile syndrome.
Yes, they allow adults to consume kids' content.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? The other side to the coin
And
is
there are pictures of
you
her in
don't
bikini and
yes, you don't go there to post pictures. You would post on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You go there to post pictures.
In bikini.
Yes.
And she has.
And that's why it's 13, is because that's kind of in some way there's countries where it's legal, right? To be that age. But that's the creepy part, is that it's meant only to post pictures that is not meant for everybody to see so they can complain and get it blocked and everything. Nope, it's meant for the creeps in the dark. It's like the dark web website, but in the wide open. I never knew it existed.
It's I have seen links,
I've never seen it.
but
I
I
only
have
seen
never been in
OnlyFans.
that website.
I've only seen OnlyFans. I have a bunch of spam that I see, and then I see OnlyFans. But that website alone is meant for people to exploit kids,
Yes.
one way or another. Whether it's from the one side.
No. It's not meant to. It's not meant for that.
Of course it is.
No, because I checked,
The
and that
kids are not-
website, 80% of the content creators are above 18.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I can't believe that there's anybody that would support a website that supports underage,
Sexualizing content.
even grayish area of that. Even if it's fucking them in a nun suit, like completely covered, non-sexualized, they shouldn't be there.
I don't understand.
No 13-year-old or less than 18 should be behind a locked wall. Instagram, that's your parents' control. Brand Army is fuck, and that's disgusting.
Yes, it is.
And if I could find a way to close it down, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Of course, this is fucking disgusting. They're doing it in the wide open, and for some reason, I didn't even know it existed, man. Who the fuck wants? And we work in payment processing. Who would support that? how can you as a business? How
Again,
can
American acquires, bruh.
I don't think it's American.
Of course, it is American.
I think it's Chinese shit or somewhere else creepy as fuck. Or there might be an American bank that doesn't do it openly. They're doing it via another branch or something.
How is possible that people has payment processing and Pornhub was struggling?
They're still struggling.
Yeah.
That's the creepy part. So you want open, clear, transparent, sexualized content? No. You want to be creep behind a locked paywall, 13 to 18. Let's go. So I don't know. I don't know. My 5 cents in this is that yes, if you have your best, like I think if any parent, which all parents should have, is to have their best. You're not meant to succeed. You can succeed by luck, but it's going to be 1 in 1,000 or 1 million. Thread very carefully when it comes to a fucking kid. Even if you're as a parent, like she was talking about, like outside of the barbershop, she was like this Cinderella thing on or something, Snow White or something, and she's like, I want to take a picture. I'm like, no. She's like, go to fucking jail.
Of course.
Yeah, I know, but understanding the lines. Yeah, but why is that weird? I also like small kids. No, but every time I see a small kid, I think, fucking hell, I want another one. I don't think, oh yeah, let me go to fucking Brand Army and let me look at what's available. Or let me go to Craigslist and see if there's something 14-year-olds. No, I don't fucking creep on them, but I love seeing small kids. And it's just been put it out. Yay. But everybody can see it. But if they do it, it's creepy. Yeah, okay, if you share it or I don't know, it's creepy, of course. I realized that because back when I was younger, you didn't have the same availability of cameras in that sense, so you wouldn't consider, let me take a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I guess the normal part becomes that you actually know the target. You know the person that you're taking the picture of. So if I take a picture of my son, it's okay. But if some random dude comes and takes a picture of my son, it's fucking weird. I would probably get pissed. If somebody
a random girl takes a picture of your son.
I still think when I was single. But no, I didn't say it. I said it was creepy.
Yeah, he said
But
it was creepy.
I can't think for myself.
He will think. Yes, that is creepy.
But
yes.
if somebody I know, even on a light or a lower level or what do you want to call it, familiar, took a picture of my son because she thought it was cute,
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
not have an issue. But yeah, but like that is not weird to me. Well, this is different. Me and there is not like completely strangers, but it's not. I think you need to know something about the person, the parent, or let's say family, that then you can do it. But I don't know. What's your intention with it? Why are you taking a picture? If you're doing it as a way, because if I go online, I want to find a costume for my son for Halloween. Is it because I'm doing it as a way to figure out, is this
I don't know, dude.
what he wants?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter if it's creepy or not. Are you having any sex attraction to that kid? No, then it's normal, dude. I mean, people. Oh, I'm fucking tired of the glass people, dude. Crystal people.
You remember earlier today at the vet?
The veterinary. Yeah, not only that, the fucking Roblox moderators,
Roblox.
they banned me.
You got blocked for a day. He got banned for a day.
They fucking banned me because I use a female avatar in the game, and someone was asking me female questions, and I said, hey, I have a bigger pee-pee than yours. Don't ask me those questions. Oh, you're going to report. And I received an email. You got banned for 1 day.
Well, it wasn't just that one comment. But
I was being toxic with the kid.
Yes.
Yeah,
but it's so weird because on Rocket League, no problem. But that's the thing, right?
On Rocket League, people is very toxic.
I think honestly, it's not us that sets the rule. It's the parent. Whoever is the parent of the kid sets the rule. If I say, hey, can I take a picture of your daughter? I know it sounds fucking creepy. It is, but if he says okay, it's not.
Oh, fuck.
Why? It's only weird if I have weird intentions with it.
Yes, precisely.
But that's also my question is, why would I need it? That's just weird. Why would you have it even if you think she's cute? Why would you have it on your phone?
If that girl is your son's friend and you want to have an album for your kid when he grows up?
Okay.
I have
like a
my
high school,
mom-
like
my
a high
mom-
school for book, like a high school book.
Not only that, my mom have pictures of all my friends when I was a kid.
I think my mom in their generation there's no problem. But you also know the kid at that point. That's the difference again.
Yeah, my mom knew all of
your
them.
mom,
Yeah.
but if your mom went to another city and started taking pictures,
Or random kids. Yeah, that's...
even then it would have been creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand that one either, but I think ultimately for me, with my son, if he wants to be an influencer, I'm not gonna push him. I'm gonna support him. I want it to happen because I think it's not only something we can share.
Dude, you saw those kids in the kidfluencing. Capable is.
Working
Will
that
he
hard.
do it? Will he do it voluntarily?
Working that hard? No.
And will he do all those shits voluntarily?
Because his dream is
Like-
to live rent free with his dad.
Yeah, but do you see your son in front of a camera and say, "Hello, welcome, we're here." All
No,
this what?
he doesn't
He's
have that.
not like that.
He doesn't have that personality.
No, it's not his personality.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't succeed. I've seen a lot of people with less personality than him.
Hello.
Well, I'm not saying people have bigger.
Estonian influencers are like that, Kylin.
Oh yeah.
Kylin? Yeah. Hello, welcome. Yes.
No, but if you look at Twitch, there's a lot of them. Then they have a decent amount of viewers.
Tere tulema.
Just imagine you and me when we stream. There's no viewership because nobody knows us. I get it, but still, we have more personality in my fucking fingernails than 99% of the Twitch.
Yeah, but also sometimes I'm very tired when we stream and I don't.
I know. No, but I really do think that show is amazing to watch. I learned a lot, and also maybe figuring out what's some of the gray areas where should you probably think more carefully, and also imagine what are you releasing.
In conclusion, my conclusion first.
Yeah, go for it.
The parents of those 11 kids are
Accomplice.
accomplice of that shit. And they just wanted money. First. Second, the Tiffany Smith women, she's an abusive, shitty boss exploiting her own daughter and
Her
all those
own
other
boyfriend.
kids. And even,
Boyfriend.
her boyfriend is also a collaborator. And they shouldn't fucking complain that much. The kids, if those tears were real, I am really sorry for the experience you had. I'm deeply sorry about it. It's because you have a shitty parents.
Yes, I would say my conclusion starts.
That happens to you not because of Tiffany Smith or Piper Rockelle. That happened to you because of your shitty parents. I'm sorry.
I
really wish you the best.
I'm like fucking. God.
No, I gotta say it, bruh. I have it here.
Yeah, but you keep going, but go.
I really
Go.
wish you the best, and I really hope that if all those things that you guys are mentioning in the documentary are real, I really wish that somehow you can move on and forget about those things. But remember, yes, you are victims, but you're not victims only of Tiffany Smith. You're victims of your parents, and of the fucking system that allows those things to happen. That's my conclusion.
I would say my conclusion starts with the same. The parents are as much fault here as Tiffany Smith. The system is a good indicator also to what needs to be improved on that. But like they say in this show, how are you going to regulate it when it happens in your home?
Well, there is
install cameras in every
law.
home. Now that becomes
No. But there is a law in the United States, in California, to protect. Kid actors.
I think it was in Oregon first, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, to protect kid actors.
Yeah, but kid actors
Influencers should
happens
be
on
part
a set.
of that.
It happens on a set with a lot more people. in your home, maybe it's you and your sister. Your sister wouldn't usually not snitch on you. You know, that's what I mean. So it's not really the same, and that's the problem.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
No.
She felt.
The other part is that I agree with you also. Of course, if it's true, then I can only sympathize because I have been in a similar situation when I was younger with that kind of. It's a disgusting situation to really be in, and there's nothing we can say that hasn't been said, or we're not here to. I'm not here to judge per se. I have my opinion, and I'm gonna stick with it. But I really do think that the problem is bigger than the series itself.
Yes.
And Tiffany Smith. Tiffany Smith is just somebody who got made an example of.
Yep.
There's worse people than her.
Of course.
There's bigger exploitations than her.
Of course, people.
And there's shittier parents too.
Of course.
But it's not really a line, but I really do think parents needs to think, okay, is it really worth getting money but ruining my kid's future? And then afterwards they are like all and then the kids are like, oh mom, it doesn't matter if you don't know. You should have known.
Yeah,
you should have fucking stepped in
how
and
can
said,
you leave
where's my kid?
your daughter of 12-year-old daughter and or son in other people's apartment? Because you like the money.
Yeah, that's what I mean. After playing the victim, also why they took the money is that.
Yeah.
Because they knew.
Do you think that someone raped my child? And I will take 180K as a compensation. I fucking burned their house with him and all his family inside.
Yeah, precisely. So for me, it's the same. I like these parents are a joke.
Dude, somebody raped my nephew or one of my cousins. I don't care. Being in prison 30 years, I killed that shit.
Yeah, same. For me, it's
and
like,
it's not my song.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? It's fucked up when you think about it. And I really hope that none. I know we know, of course, some of it happened, but I mean, like the working hours and stuff like that. I really don't hope that anything like that ever happens or happened to them, because that would just be. Because then those parents would go from shitty to other and complete fucking useless. And they should fucking go to jail.
They are almost.
They should never. They should be fucking get snipped.
Yep.
And then they should go to jail. Because if you believe your kid saying those things, but you accept the money that came from it, instead of going all the way and say, fuck this money, I can make more money tomorrow, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. Even if you went bankrupt, if you don't fucking support your kid to the fucking very end, I don't know, man. You're not a human being. You're lower. You're lower than that.
Oh,
so that's
I don't have the opportunities that you had in life. I don't give a fuck about it.
You either go all the way
you
or
find them.
Yes. And they were collective. There were 11 of them.
Dude, it's better sell fucking narcotics than fucking exploiting sexually your fucking child.
No, but there was 11 parents. There was only one lawyer needed. How much does that guy need? So even if they had to pay $1,000 a month, that's $10,000. Just imagine that's a very expensive one. If it was $500, it would be half. If it's $250, there you go. Like, what were you paying him? So yeah, my 5 cents is that the parents, they had the power and they let it go and gave it to Tiffany.
Also, people should open their eyes, because in America and here in Europe, we have that idea that this is the first world. Those things doesn't happen in here. Look, don't buy this clothing from this brand because they exploit kids in fucking Bangladesh. Are you kidding me? You open your eyes. This shit happens in here.
Precisely.
But instead of that, people is complaining about Tiffany Smith and insult fuck.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, like,
Do you know how many kids work in the fucking mines in fucking Congo?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it, man. Let's finish with that and say we covered it very widely. And we just wanted to do it because it was something that hit us close.
Close
to hard. And again, we're I don't know. We just wanted to throw it out there and see if, well, nothing actually. I just want to throw it out there, and then it's there. Like, we're immortalized, and we care. And
it annoys the shit out of me. What I saw in that documentary, what I've seen, annoys the shit out of me. Because again, we're canceling someone without evidence. Show me the evidence. Probably she's a fucking monster. But you didn't show me anything in that documentary. Anything.
I'm guessing we also haven't seen all the evidence, and Netflix has it, this way of building angles towards one or the other. I've seen where, like, you start the series and then you think, oh, that's an asshole. And then at the middle, you're like, no, that's the asshole. And then the conclusion is they're all assholes.
Yeah.
Even the producer and the director and whoever was there, everybody's an asshole. And I stand back being confused and not understanding anything. And the evidence was very vague or non-existent, or there was decent amount, but it was, I don't know, tarnished or handled poorly or whatever. I don't know, man. I'm just so
I don't know. I became a hater. I haven't taken my medication in days.
We know. But it's time for us to stream, so we gotta end it, man.
You really want to stream?
Of course.
I made a bunch of narcotics.
We need to sell some drugs, alcohol.
Narcotics.
Anyways.
Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, because sharing
is caring. And
yes,
commenting is,
I don't know, but comment. Comment something. I want to know your opinion.
Job and I put it on God, ain't nobody stopping me. Do the thing and it gets done properly. Known for my honesty, not so much for my modesty. What's my policy?